Hey guys, Bradley ATG coming at you with another match here. This time Amelie, red down here in the bottom right against GG the Machine. And this match was part of the holiday tournament on 12:30. Um, and this is going to be a fantastic match, I believe. I haven't watched it before, so this is my first time watching through. So we've got Amelie as substrate, and we've got GG the Machine as PHC. Amelie start here. First engineer rushing off to the node, and then it's going to drop an assembly. And then we got GG the machine doing the same. First engineer off, capturing the node with a factory. And then second engineer quickly coming out and capture the rads, or sorry, the metal right in front of the extractor. Looks like Amelie is going to do the same. Amelie is currently the #1 ranked player in the metaverse, and GG doesn't play a lot of ranked matches, but he is one of the best players in the game right now as well. So very interesting to see what their starts look like. So for PHC, looks like GG is going to build the first factory and then rush production on that factory. And it looks like that factory is pumping out archers. Interesting. And looks like Archer 1 is going to capture over here. And then Archer 2 is going to capture over this way. And then that engineer is going to switch from rushing and push to metal extraction. Looking down on this side here, Amelie's second engineer came out, capped the metal right next to the extractor. And then the first engineer went from finishing the first factory straight into building the second one. The second engineer is going to swing down and start capturing those metals. And then these groups, the martyrs, are going to push to capture the units. So income-wise, looks like we're tied 15-15 metal each. We're pushing out. So I'll check back in, see what GG's got going. They pushed. Looks like one archer in each one of these groupings. Archer, brute combination. Pushed, got the radioactives here. Capturing those. So he's got one engineer, two engineer, three engineer. Looks like a fourth engineer on the way. Two of the engineers are capping resources, radioactives here and metal here. I'll speed up a little bit. And then we've got this engineer, not sure what he's gonna do. Looks like this engineer might be going to go cap those points there. Let's see here. Substrate, Amelie expanding faster than GG the machine. So he's captured. Oh, no, actually, GG's captured a little bit more. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 for each. So tied. Oh, GG just captured a couple more. So quickly expanding, we got 1, 2, 3 assemblies for Amelie. Pushing, capping here. Let's see strategy. We got one factory, Sky Factory up for GG the machine. And let's look. Looks like we got maybe some defensive smarty turrets going up in the back there. GG the machine scouting, seeing what Amelie is up to. We got a good chunky units here. So speed up a little faster here. This is one of the larger maps. So cool thing about the larger map is you go multiple fronts, so we can see some conflict potentially here. We'll see some conflict on the left here and also down here as well. But downside is it takes a little bit for the game to get going. So you can see here, Amelie has expanded faster. So in terms of economy, right, he's got 42 income, metal 15 rads to GG's 37 and 15. So economically a little bit ahead. That's to be expected in a PHC sub matchup. These sub clump units are pretty effective. Interesting. But GG hasn't really secured the back base, but I'll slow down here. I think we're going to start seeing the initial conflict matches. So I'll slow down here, just kind of zoom in and see what's going on. So we've got GG pushing it on Amelie. Let's see. So I can change. Oh, that's cool. I can change and see what they can see. So Fog of War here for Amelie, what he can see. He's captured more. He's got a scout or a rampager. GG, I think, knew he was coming, so he's well prepared with a large group units there, but I digress. Emily's got a good chunk of units. He's got some T2, so we've got the drone hives and the Avengers pushing out to capture this. I'm not sure if GG saw how big this unit was, but he's going to retreat back here. So Amelie is sort of in control of the center of the map right now. Amelie still, he's got some idle units down on this side, but solid control on the left. And then on the right, we see Amelie's controlling, and I think he's not going to be able to capture that Turanium, but he's got good map control. This is a very powerful group of units here pushing. Let's flip over to GG's perspective. So GG has bulked up, so we've got 3 armories here in the center, 4 orbital relays. We've got the power regulator and the energy projector. I don't remember exactly what, but those will unlock certain orbital call down abilities. Oh, and interesting, we've got another armory here. And pushing down this way. Still hasn't captured this pesky node back here. Now there's so many creeps, it's going to be a little bit of a difficulty to do so. Amelie dropping in, harassing here with an orbital call down ability. GG chasing away the Rampager there with his massive Fury army. Important for PHC to be able to defend themselves with lots of AA sub-Rampagers. Those can be very damaging if he gets a group of those going. So early harassing being completed by Amelie with those air units. And let's see. So we've got Amelie pushing here. And I'm just going to switch to global view, see everything that's going on. So Amelie took that big group of units, that initial group that he had in the center here, came down, captured this turning point, is now pushing this way. That's going to be tough for GG to stop. He's got one Zeus is not going to cut it. Defense-wise, we got one Smarty, emergency call down turret. Looks like Amelie's going to pull off and maybe focus on capturing here. No one's really doing much over on the right-hand side, kind of ignoring this Turanium point. Amelie with no units down this side is going to let GG clean up a little bit. In the center, GG's got a 2-2 group here. Oh, and we see Amelie sending his army off in this direction. Let's speed up a little bit here, but lots going on income-wise. Amelie, 61 metal income. 51 to 51 on GG, and radioactives are about even. Radioactive income is more important than the metal income. As long as you're kind of at parity of radioactives, you're not too bad of a position. When you see this clumpy units was able to capture that radioactive, and you can see, as I say that, Amelie cutting off that radioactive income is significant. Looks like on this side, Amelie was maybe going to sneak around, but then pulled in to engage, but yeah, he's just going to try and walk past those defenses instead of trying to kill them. But Amelie has too much power there, so GG will not be able to repel that. Jumping back over here, Amelie is making a strong push down this way with that group that he pushed here. So it looks like Amelie's sort of projection strategy is he's let's see, we've got assembly, assembly, assembly. We've got an advanced assembly up, another assembly, and then we've got the Averys to pump out advanced air units. This looks like his kind of strategy is produce, to push up the center, and then kind of filter waterfall out down this way. So while I wasn't watching down here, GG, I think, took his center group of units, was able to sneak in, capture here, and then has captured this node to cut off the income from these 3 for Amelie. And GG was able to repel Amelie's thrust here, was able to parlay that, and is pushed back. So production-wise, GG is now pushing very quickly, all these engineers rushing to get looks like a dreadnought of some sort out. income-wise, GG falling behind on radioactive income here again. So metals not as important, but they're tied with metals, Amelie and GG. But 27 radioactives to Amelie's 40. Losing this node hurt in terms of the three radioactives there, but he will recover and hopefully be able to pull up the radioactive income. Um, and GG's pushing really hard on the metal here, rushing out that unit. And it looks like that chunky units, Amelie's harassing here, did a call down ability to cut off that, and then has moved a clump of units here to capture that. So in terms of Terrenium, 3 points controlled by Amelie, none by GG the Machine. He did control this one, but it looks like Amelie was able to recapture. So big group of units here pushing Rampager bundle here with some just anti-fighter or fighter units. So lots going on. GG, the machine is in a tough spot here. Income, again, Amelie's got 43 radioactive incomes to GG's 33. It's going to be tough. So the T2 units all rely on radioactives. That's what's going to be the bottleneck for his production right now. Well, it looks like actually metal is the bottleneck. Correct myself there. But he's got some armories that aren't even producing. I'm sure that's to just redirect the resources towards the dreadnought that he's constructing. So Amelie's got consolidating units up here. GG's got a little bit of a wall. 3 Smarties. So the T2, I'm not sure. That would be a pretty hard push there. Amelie, massive grouping here. GG harassing, I think sending some T2 or T1 units, pardon me, to capture this. So lots of backwards and forwards. No one has definitive control over the map. Looks like GG's able to wall up over here a little bit, and Amelie is not pushing. He's got this big clump of units not sitting here, or sitting here unutilized, just making sure he doesn't lose that Terrenium. And he's got his AA that's able just to clean up the units there, clean up the units here, and his force sitting. So let's see what we know. GG's pushing really, really hard for a dreadnought of some type. I can't see what he's producing. Amelie's got an advanced assembly up. I don't know what's coming out of that. That could be a dread as well. And he's got his Averys, and those are using to pump out his sort of ball of air units. He's also got a fair amount of Quanta archives up, so he's getting good use there. Economically, again, consistently, Amelie is still at 43 radioactives to GG's 36. Let's speed up here. Looks like there's going to be a big conflict coming up here. I can see time counting down. So something decisive is going to happen. So Amelie's got big push units here, big grouping of units here. Got the Overmind Dreadnought up and out. Let's see, he's going to push there. Was building a Dread, built the Hyperion. The Hyperion does not have AA support right now, so this Air Rampager grouping could do some significant damage. He's going to lose. Oh, heartbreaking. Rushed to build the Dreadnought, got the Dreadnought out, but unfortunately with that legendary sub-air, not going to be able to save this. So he's going to try and turn around to base, but not a lot of AA back here. He's got one Apollo up, but against this many air Rampagers, I don't know if he's going to be able to save his Dreadnought. And that might be what pushes this to the end. And we look, Amelie kind of senses what's going on, is moving his chunky units. Big push here, second push coming up around this corner here. Again, it's interesting that Amelie and GG didn't send groups of units out to capture these 2 points, but oh, looks like I was wrong. We had a group burst of Furies came out, was able to scare off the Air Rampagers. So now G the Machine with the Hyperion, level 2. He might have used instant heal. I don't know what level up ability. But he's got his one Dreadnought facing down Amelie's mass of units here, and the Overmind is making its way up into the battlefield, checking what's going on in the back here for Amelie. Solid production, armories, sorry, yep, assemblies are pushing out units. So that's just an orbital, the substrate orbital nullifier. Very strong positioning here. Amelie making a hard push here, but GG does have defenses up. It's going to be enough to slow that force down, but once Amelie, I think, is waiting for his juggernaut, or sorry, dreadnought to make it to the field, he's going to have a showdown. Um, GG seeing what's going on. I think he called what we saw there was him doing an orbital jam, so no orbital abilities can be used. We've got a big chunk. Oh, and this is interesting. So GG switched from rushing that to now all in on rushing an orbital fabricator. Interesting. Let's keep an eye out. Orbital Fabricator would have, I think, enables building repair. Also enables call down abilities. Oh, and there he's going to go call the GG. I think he saw the Dreadnought pushing up the center. Really interesting map. Interesting start on GG. Just tough with, you got to be really careful once that substrate air gets away. Very difficult to get away. We look at the economy screen here. Again, GG was lagging behind on the radioactives. Very difficult on this map against substrate because they can expand so quickly. There's not a lot of natural choke points. And we can see here, Amelie was just ahead on the income curve the whole time. So overall, interesting match. I got a couple more from this tournament. I'll be doing some more videos, but hope you guys liked it.